Vibes, as I would say. That was a blast from the past. Chanel inside the building with us tonight. What going on, Chanel?
What's up, man?
Not much, man.
Like I was like in my own little reggae nightclub over here.
Yeah, right. That's how we do. Well, my introduction to your music, like a lot of people, was that tune. Fell in love with the DJ.
Right.
And I appreciated it because it's easy to transition in a club set into some straight dancehall out of maybe some pop and R&B.
Right.
So when you're doing a club set, you're playing all different vibes, and then you want to get into some more like straight dancehall. That was always a good bridge to go into it.
That's awesome. Man.
To get it started. Yeah. So
10 years ago, man.
I know, but long time I've been dealing with that tune. That's a good tune to change the mood from R&B into dancehall.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. How was it that you linked with Sham in the first place?
Man, gosh. At that time, I was signed to Virgin Records that later on became Capitol.
Yeah.
And the label actually linked us up,
Of course. Yeah, that's how it works most of the time, right?
Yeah, and he was I remember he was super fun, super cool, and we like clicked instantly, and it was really fun. I remember shooting the video with him, and yeah. Hollywood Studios, it was great. Universal Studios, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it now, and it's kind of like a retro kind of feel. Like a lot of videos were shot in that style, like very, very colorful, and like a lot of like graffiti fonts and stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's like cool to like look back at that and like. See, it's kind of like encapsulated in like a certain era,
Yeah, definitely.
But your style is eclectic. That would be an understatement to say that your style is eclectic. You were, and that has a lot to do with how you were. Where you were born and where you lived and how you grew up in all these different places, of course.
Right.
Born in Malaysia, lived in Australia.
Yeah.
And how long have you been living in Los Angeles? Because you seem like you're pretty.
I've been here for a while.
Yeah, like assimilated to like the LA vibe,
Yeah, I mean I've been in LA for like 9 years now.
Yeah.
But I was living in Jersey 4 years before that.
Wow. Okay.
I know, man. It's like I've been around the world. Lived around the world. And then I've been working in Japan for the last 10 years. So even though I was living in LA, I was literally like over there every month or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, we got to talk about Japan because people here don't even really know like what won in Japan with you,
Yeah, I mean, it's been amazing out there because that's where the single like took off. And I'm gonna sneeze right now. Am I gonna sneeze right now? Nope, not gonna sneeze. And I got allergies right now, kicking my butt.
Facts, yeah.
But yeah, the record blew up out there, and that's really why I kind of stuck around too, because I just felt the love out there was just so different, and I was really comfortable out there.
Yeah.
Grew relationships with the labels out there, and I decided to kind of experiment with doing J-pop music. So we experimented with that, and next thing you know, for the next, I want to say the next 8 years, I was singing in half Japanese, half English. So, yeah, it was a real blessing, man.
We're just finding out about that here. like people are just now being put on the J-pop and
K-pop,
and K-pop,
right.
yeah. Like it's becoming a thing. I mean, it's been a thing,
It's so dope, but I think it's because of the streaming.
Yeah,
exactly, and more and more people are able to get access to all kinds of music, because I think before everybody was a little bit limited, and if we wanted to hear outside music, we had to get it imported and we had to wait, and now it's just like a click away. We can listen to all kinds of different music,
Yeah. Well, that brings me to a more general question still.
Okay.
Because your whole come up was during the MySpace era,
Yeah.
like a lot of artists, of course, now that there's so many other platforms in its place, like MySpace is kind of like fallen by the wayside. But there's so many other platforms now in place of that. Now that it's gone, and that there's all, SoundCloud, this and YouTube, do you feel that it's too oversaturated, like independent artists, or
there's always pros and cons to everything, right?
Yeah.
It's like before it was just really hard for artists to kind of like get noticed because it was just you have to like get into the building, you have to wait for somebody to listen to your demo, and now it's like everybody could be an artist, and everybody's like DIYing it, everything is do it yourself, and so it is kind of oversaturated, so the competition is a lot higher, and people create their own businesses pretty much like being at home, you know, home artists. So independent is the way to go right now. So there's pros and cons to everything. And now there's like not just like one formula, there's just so many ways of doing it. So people just got to get more creative and more idea oriented, you know. So
you feel there's more competition coming your way?
I feel like there is room for like, there's always competition, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's just a matter of like just making sure that you just stay true to yourself and just focus on where like the music is wanted. And just do your best to like break in the ways that you can. I think relationships is mostly important, you know. So that's what I'm trying to do with my team.
Yeah.
You know, just trying to spread the music, and that's why I'm out here right now. And we might go to Miami next. You know, we're just trying to like figure out like where we should go next, and so I'm totally guerrilla styling this, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was listening to the interview that you were doing with VP earlier this afternoon, and you were like, you kind of said that you not that you have to start over, but like you kind of like you were on one wave for such a long time that it's like now you kind of, you know, I don't think starting over is a good word, because you know you you know, definitely have been making consistent moves. It's just that like now you're kind of like, well, you're back on this wave now with dancehall, and you're working, you know, with like one of the hottest producers in dancehall, one of the hottest artists in dancehall, you know, collabing with Walshy Fire and Konshens. So it's kind of like, yo, I'm you know, it's lit, like, you know.
Yeah, well, shout out to Walshy Fire, shout out to Enrico and Konshens. Yeah, I mean, when I say like I feel like I'm starting over, is because, you know, I had like a whole building behind me, you know, a whole label behind me, and then now it's like coming back here. You know, I don't have, you know, the kind of listeners and the followers that I had over in Japan. So I took that major risk. And because I love music so much, and I thought that, you know, do I want to continue with J-pop for the rest of my life, or do I want to come back and expand the music outside of Japan?
Yeah.
And I just thought it was time, and I took that risk, and you know, that's why it feels like I'm starting all over again, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like I could just walk into a building and be like, hey guys, so pick me, and, you know, just push everybody else away and just, you know, choose me. No, it's not that easy.
No,
so.
It's a totally different lane. It's a different lane, and you know, especially like how we deal with reggae and dancehall here in New York. It's a very very grassroots thing. Like, I mean, look at the space that we're in, you know. We don't have a big budget. I mean, God bless Roxanne, she's doing what she can, but it's like, you know, we're you know, doing it tooth and nail here.
Right, absolutely. But I think it's all going to be worthwhile. I think that as long as we stay consistent in what it is that we do, and we believe in the thing that we do, I mean, it'll eventually have to pop off, you know?
Yeah.
So just got to trust that.
Now, you spent a lot of time in Japan. You must know about, you know, the dancehall movements in Japan. Like,
wow, Japan loves reggae music. They love soca.
Do they really?
Yeah, like, and I mean, I know they love dancehall too, but I remember coming out with a bunch of soca tunes out there, and they just love that vibe, because Japan is all about like happiness and cuteness and colors, you know, and so they love feeling just, you know, happy all the time. I don't know if it's because they're such a stressful country, you know, or what, but like it's totally like a Disney movement out there, you know. Everybody wants to like sing about love songs, and it's just all about love all the time, and so yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun coming out with that. You know, I was a summer girl out there. Yeah. the princess of love, they call me out there.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Word, man. I mean, the people want to know though about this new dancehall collab. You know, like you know, you've done it before, but you've been doing.
And here I am again, right?
Yeah. But
it wasn't even on purpose, man. It just kind of happened. Yeah, like, cause I came out with an EP, like a little at the start of the year, I should say, and it's called Calm Before the Storm, and we shot a couple of videos for that, and we decided that we wanted to do a remix. You know, I wanted the DJs to play some music, and I wanted to see if I can, you know, take a song to radio. So we played with the idea of For Love You Like Me, and we got Walshy Fire to remix it, and I'm so thankful that Konshens got on the record too. And it just like, I was like, whoa, I just didn't realize that, you know, one of the songs off the EP had such kind of like a dancehall pop vibe, and I'm like, wow, this is like happening all over again. Just like I fell in love with the DJ, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%, you know? And yeah, like I said, man, it's fire. We should just put it on.
Yeah, man.
We should just put
Let
it
the
on.
people hear it.
You know what I'm saying? Love You Like Me. This is Chanel featuring Konshens and Walshy Fire at the controls. Shanty Town, BBOXradio.com. Keep it locked. Chanel in the building with us.